Start off with just proud our guys hung in there and won the game. It was one of those ones that you just couldn't get a flow going. Didn't come out really well. But I got to give Cal State Fullerton. I know Diedrich really well. I think he's one of the young, bright head coaches in the country. They do a lot of good stuff. They got a good team, and they're going to win some games. I knew it was going to be a tough game because we didn't get a lot on them, and they've got some guys that can really play that are athletic. They compete. They guard you. They got big physical bigs that I knew it was going to be a test for our guys, and we did an all right job. We won the game. So we got a lot to improve on, which I told you guys. We're going to have a lot of work to do, but the bottom line is it's a win. So we'll go back to work tomorrow and look forward to going to Puerto Rico and try to get better. Didn't play our bench as much as we did the other night, but that's what I just told them. I said they got to keep their head up. Some night they might play 15, 20. Some night they might play 25. Somebody might get hurt, but this isn't a time to get down. I've got confidence in all of them, but when you're a sub, which I was in college for a few years, you learn to figure out how do you stay on the floor, and that's not make mental mistakes and know what we're doing. And they just got to learn. They're young, and then we got to shoot free throws better. So we'll work on that and try to get better. But all in all, it was pleasantly surprised on how we battled through. I thought JJ was really, really good. I thought JJ did an outstanding job when O wasn't really into it early, the first 1 minute of the game. And I put him in there, and I think it surprised him. But he really, I thought, did a nice job. He's got to work on his free throws. But, you know, for somebody that was thrown in there early, I thought he did a nice job. And he's gonna learn and grow, and that's what it's all about. So, you know, all in all, it's a win.
Hugh had a big first half. Cullen had a big second half. They both kind of seem to trade spaces there. Is that in any way to do with the fact that they're sort of that dual guard? I mean, can only one be going at a time?
Well, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, Hugh reverted back to, and DD too. They kept thinking that Cam and Kendall and Alex were going to check in the game. And that's not easy for them right now. It's not easy because they've always played with those guys and Dede, you know, at the end of the year. But Dede's got to be more aggressive, and it's not the coach getting him aggressive. He has to be more aggressive, and he knows that. That's just part of it. I think Hugh was going to do, like I've always told you, do whatever it takes to win. And Cullen got it going the second half, and Hugh is so selfless that he doesn't – it's not a big thing if he doesn't get a lot of shots because somebody else was going. And, you know, hopefully those guys will be able to continue to do that. But, you know, I got to get Dede, you know, be a little bit more aggressive. And he made a big dunk for us late in the game. I mean, that's a big play on a break. It was a good pass by Cullen, and but he's just got to be more assertive. And I don't think that's – I mean, I can run plays for him. I ran the clear play for him, and we ran early hold for him, which is a play that he's supposed to drive it. He just kind of was like, but I got to work with him on that, and I got to help him. And he's such a great kid that I know he'll do that.
It's part of the growing pains, the learning process that you speak of. Dede's basket was in transition. The half-court offense didn't look great in stretches tonight. A lot was in transition. Do you feel that the half-court offense, like where would you say the half-court offense?
Well, I didn't run a lot of half-court offense tonight because I just tried to run a couple plays. We tried to just go ball screen, and they were what we call force it down or ice it, and we just didn't do a good job handling it because we haven't seen it. It's the first time our team's seen what we call ice, is where we force you down to the baseline, and we didn't do a very good job moving the ball, reversing sides of the floor. And when we did that early in the first half, we got whatever we wanted. When we started holding it and the ball stopped, then we struggled.
You had the advantage at the free throw line, but not taking shots, guys driving, getting that tonight, and then obviously not fouling the other end too.
What's that now?
The advantage of free throw.
Yes, and I told him we had to get to the line. Against Santa Clara, I think Santa Clara got to the line in the 14-minute mark of the second half against them, and they're aggressive. They guard you, and they got good athletes. So I told our guys we had to get to the line, but I thought our guys did a good job not fouling and getting them in the bonus, and we were able to foul there at the end and take away some foul shots that they probably would have gotten if we would have been fouling earlier. But we had to get to the line. We should be really productive at the line, and we made some free throws when we needed to. Well, it's a new transition for him. Like, his stat lines, he has 7 and 6, and it says he didn't have a block, but he had a block on our end. But he just did. It's going to be growing pains for those guys because O's in a new role. He's starting, played terrific the first night. Tonight he just wasn't in it the first 2 minutes of the game, and I could tell. And he's got to understand that it's just a new thing for him. But they're getting better. O's getting better. JJ's getting better. Jordan's got to get himself in shape, and Jordan's got to figure out how hard it is to play at this level as far as pace and intensity. I think he's healthy, but he's got to get himself in shape and learn how to play at a higher level, intensity level, not pace-wise and all that. And then I thought Devin gives you everything he has, and he does exactly what I want him to do. And he had 7 points and 4 rebounds, and it's pretty good for him. I mean, for a guy that started his first time.
Cohen gets 21 of his 23 in the second half. Was there something at halftime you said, or just kind of – I imagine there was something you said, something you can share with us?
I'll let you guys just think about it. I mean, you guys know me well enough that I've said a lot of things to a lot of players, so I'll just let you guys think. I mean – I was into halftime.
Cohen and Hugh shot all 9 of your three-pointers. Is that by design?
No, that's not by design. But I do. We keep stats like I said in practice, and I just think if you're a 28% and lower three-point shooter, then you better drive it. And I mean, it's just like. I always knew when I played, and one reason why I was able to play at a high level and the reason why I was able to play in college, I knew I wasn't supposed to shoot. So I knew I was supposed to do my role, and some guys know the roles. Some guys, if they can prove to me that they can shoot it, then yeah, and I don't mind guys taking open threes, but I think that I realized when I played, and I think they'll realize you can stay on the floor a lot longer if you do play to your strengths.
You do Boston College tomorrow? Talk Boston College now.
And can I ask you, before you do Boston College,
I'm not going to do Boston. I haven't even looked at Boston College. You want me to just talk about the game?
Well,
I don't even know who. My
pants
pants, yeah, Nike. Paul did a great job in our all schools contract, and Nike takes care of us. Eric Lautenbach and Trish, and so they knew we were doing the N7 game, and I told them to find me some turquoise pants. So this is what I found, and it kind of took me back a while because I used to watch Bobby Knight, and he kind of brought plaid in when he was the Indiana coach, and then my dad kind of copied it. And I thought it was awful when my dad was coaching. I used to go, God, you're gonna wear those tonight? But it kind of was it was a tribute to, our great population of Native Americans, and it's a way to give back. But I've always kind of been one of those guys that'll step out, so I kind of did it tonight as a little bit of a step out. I don't know if we'll see him again, but it was fun while it lasted. But I did it, so I felt pretty good about it. Boston, I can talk about Boston College if you want. I just don't know that much about their. I haven't looked at them yet. It's going to be ACC team, tough game. Jim Christian, I know really well. Known him, respect him. Even when he was at Kent State, and then he was in our conference, and he was a assistant with Izzo, so I've known his track record, and he's going to have them, and they'll play hard. They're kind of going through a change because of coaching change, so it's new territory for him. I'll look at their game. I'll look at their team tonight. Start working on them tonight, but it's a good opportunity for us to play a team like that. And I'm sure they'll be well prepared for us, and hopefully we'll be well prepared. But we'll travel on Tuesday, which will be our day off, and then Wednesday we'll get a practice, and then we'll play Thursday. But they got 2 really, really good guards. I know they got 2 really good guards. One of them was always ACC player last year, and he'll have them playing at a high level. They'll be tough-minded, and they'll guard you. So our guys are going to have to be ready, and it's good because it's a great field. Anytime you have a field like that, it's challenging, and hopefully we won't have a lot of growing pains. Hopefully we play well. So we're looking forward to the trip, and looking forward to spending time together and trying to get better. Is that what you needed?
Yeah, well, you talked about these guys playing in front of a pit crowd too. Are you interested to see how some of these new guys react on the road?
I think they'll be a little bit more relaxed. It's not easy going down that ramp, guys. It's not easy, even when you're the home team. It's not easy going down there and playing here. But that's why they come here. Our guys come here because of our fans, because of our facilities that we provide, and it's legendary. The tradition of this place and this building is legendary. And for me to sit up here and say it's not, that'd be wrong. But so there's also pressure being the home team walking down there for these players. And I think they're adjusting to that. But I think, you know, if you go down our roster, I think Deshaun can handle it. I think Obacha's getting used to it. He just wasn't on the floor as much. Cullen played high school in here, so it's not a big thing for him. And he's shot down here several nights when he was younger. Hugh's used to it. Devin's not. I mean, Jordan, JJ, Arthur a little bit, Sam and Xavier. You got a bunch of guys that they're experiencing this place for the first time. And as good as it is, it's overwhelming sometimes for these young guys. But they're going to get over it, and I'm excited for them to learn how to play here, and they're going to get there. And our fans are going to like our guys because we're always going to play hard, we're always going to compete, and we're going to represent them as good as we can. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate y'all.
Coach, would you tell us what he said to you at halftime? I'm curious if you want to share.
He was actually very good with us. He was talking about how it was our first step of adversity, so he wanted to see how we react to that. He went over adjustments and other things along those lines.
You had 2 points first half, obviously 21 second half.
Mm-hmm.
What changed for you specifically? The two halves were so different offensively.
Just let the offense come to me. Maybe I was forcing a little bit in the first half, so just let it come to me, and I was able to score.
You guys had such an advantage in the free throws. What's the key to defend like you guys did, but not send them in the free throws?
Don't foul. I mean, it's pretty. But keep your hands up. Keep your hands off them on defense. Jump to the ball, rebound. Everything contributes to getting stops.
The first half, second half thing that I just asked you about, and I'll ask you the same thing when he gets up there. You guys sort of alternated. He had 11 points in the first half, and then not as much in the second half. You had the 2 in the first half, 21 in the second half. Since you guys kind of play that dual position, you guys are sharing on the ball, off the ball. Is that a position that can't have 2 people going at once? Is that why you guys kind of had night and day halves like that?
Oh, I mean, me and Hugh are interchangeable. We could play both the 1 and the 2. So I mean, I think that both of us can work real good together, and we both can score with each other because we both have great chemistry with each other.
In the offense, I mean, both of you can be scoring at the same time in this offense, playing the position you guys play.
Yeah.
You guys seem to be a lot better tonight when you were in transition. I know there wasn't a lot of half-court offense called, but do you think you guys got out and ran enough?
No, I think we definitely need to push the pace more. I mean, I think they slowed down the ball a lot. They ran a lot of half-court sets. I mean, Hugh was guarding 23, and I know he was coming off a bunch of staggers. So they slowed the game down, but I think we can still push the pace more than we did.
How would you assess the play of the bigs tonight?
I mean, they did everything we asked for him. JJ played way better than he did the first game, and we were really proud of JJ. He's coming along real nice, and still trying to get Jordan to come along, but I thought they played pretty well.
They call him when it got to be 54-52, the pit finally got into it. Did that help you? Did you feel that energy?
Yeah, I mean, when the crowd always gets into it, it's always helpful. It's hard for the other team to get into their offense. It's hard for them to talk. It's hard. They get frustrated. So definitely when the pit gets involved, it's helpful.
Positions, or is it just a coincidence that happened tonight?
No, I think it was just a coincidence. I think if you look back at the first exhibition game, we both got going early. It's just whoever's got the hot hand, really. Came out aggressive. Got a little bit tired towards the end of the first. I was running off a lot of staggers, playing a lot of D on 23. So that's something I've got to adjust to, not only being able to score offensively, but obviously guarding the best player on the other team as well. So Cullen did a really good job of picking us up in the second half. I thought JJ was really good tonight. And we did a really good job in the second half, and Dev when they got going too. So I think we got contributions from everyone tonight.
You just mentioned, Coach, talked you guys at halftime about facing that adversity. Going down the stretch, what did you see out of the team to be able to come out with this week?
I think we did get to the line a lot. Didn't necessarily shoot that well. That's something, at scoreboard pressure, if we would have made free throws, it would have been a different story. Our rebounding, I think we out-rebounded them a lot as well. That's something else we've got to capitalise on. But they kind of played a slow pace. They ran a lot of staggers, a lot of dribble handoffs, all that kind of stuff. So it was getting to 15, 10 seconds on the shot clock, and we were bailing them out in the second half, and they got to the line a little bit more. But other than that, like I said, I think we got contributions from everyone. Really excited to move forward.
Do you, again, I asked Colin the same thing, but pushing the pace, do you feel you and Colin did a good enough job pushing the pace?
I think you can always do better. I think at the end of a game, you can always feel like you could do better. But like I said, we were defending for a long time. So by the time we got the ball back, we were gassed. But we capitalised when we needed to. We thought they were going to come out and take more quick shots than they did, and then that we were hoping to capitalise on that. But I thought they did a good job of slowing the game down. That's what they needed to do, and they hung in the game. But we were able to capitalise when it mattered.
Coach mentioned that maybe some of the young guys just be a little bit more relaxed on the road. In your experience here, how long did it kind of take you to get used to this environment?
Oh, I still get way more nervous for home games than I do on the road. I feel on the road I'm a completely different player. There's so much pressure when you play in the pit. You play in front of all these fans, and there's such an expectation to win here. It's one of the most feared places to play, so it's really nerve-wracking. And for guys, new guys coming in, they feel that pressure too. So we're going to go on the road. I feel like we're going to be a lot more relaxed, and obviously Puerto Rico is going to be a lot of fun too. A lot of challenging games. The competition will step up, but I think guys look forward to. Obviously, we love playing in the pit. Don't get me wrong, but it's a lot of pressure to play here.
2 years ago, the Virgin Islands trip kind of really catapulted the season that nobody really saw coming for you guys. Can you look back on that Virgin Islands trip and talk about how the team, how that affected or kind of formed what that team was about that season?
Yeah, so we've had a bit of mixed results with tournaments like those. I remember my freshman year we lost the first round, Santa Clara, and then ended up going on and not losing again. The next year we we should have lost to George Mason, but T. Snell and Kendall got us over the line, and we went on to win. And like you said, it was a huge momentum builder for the rest of the season. Then last year I think we lost. We had a tough first game, probably shouldn't have even won that one. Won in double overtime and then lost the second game. So we got to go in ready from the get-go. We can't afford a slow start, and obviously a tough match up early with Boston College, if I'm not mistaken, and then hopefully, then I think it's the winner of George Mason, West Virginia, and then hopefully UConn on the other side. So we're going to take it one game at a time, but we've got to be ready to go because we've had different results with this tournament.
George Mason could be in the second round.
Yeah, we'll be ready for him this time, that's for sure.
You touched on them a little bit, but the bigs specifically, how have they been coming along?
Yeah, I think it's been tough adjustment for them, especially with Cam and Alex playing 38 of the 40 minutes. I always had to step up into a bigger role, and JJ coming from a junior college is really, really hard on himself. I thought they did a good job. Devin didn't play lick his first 2 years, and here he is in a starting role. Jordan coming off knee surgery. So I think as the season goes on, you'll see them improve for sure. You can see it in practice. They've just got to make that transition into the games.
What's it been like for you with the change and not knowing that you have everyone that you came here with and grew up?
Yeah, I don't miss those guys at all. I do miss the boys. It was AK's birthday the other day. I spoke for an hour, which was really cool, and I speak with Cam almost every day, and K-Dub via Snapchat over in Italy. So we keep in touch, but obviously I do miss those guys. They made life really, really easy for me. But at the same time, there's not as many mouths to feed anymore, which is fun as well. But yeah, I do obviously miss those guys, but that's the thing, you move on. That's the thing with college basketball. You churn people in and out, and I think that we've always had a good group here. We've always had a winning program, and we're going to keep that this year.
What did you think of Coach's pants?
Hey, I got no comment. I think I said this last year. I like the blazer. I'm still working on the pants, on the checkered pants. But Coach Neal, he's got swag. Lamont, Coach Smith actually is the one that usually comes out with all the swag. But I thought Coach Neal showed him up tonight. Cheers, guys.